Coming up on Unpeeled, the reality TV world is shaken up by a new lawsuit.
Two artists are taking their music from the stage to the screen.
Merrily will roll along on a tour of new Broadway shows.
And you'll want to turn on your TV for this show's revival. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now.
Welcome back to a new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Kayley Decina.
And I'm LaMalfa. Now for breaking news on Jada and Will Smith's relationship.
This morning, Jada Pinkett Smith revealed that her and Will Smith have been lying about their relationship. According to her, they've actually been separated since 2016, nearly 7 years ago.
This means they were already broken up at the time of the now infamous Oscar slap. This occurred when Smith slapped comedian Chris Rock for making a joke about Jada's alopecia. Jada says the relationship will be further explained in her memoir, Worthy, which comes out in just 6 days.
In other news, a popular dating show is facing legal troubles. A contestant on Love is Blind Season 5 is filing a lawsuit against the show for sexual assault. This is the second lawsuit against the Netflix show, along with the Season 2 contestant suing for labor abuses.
The newest case, filed by Tran Dang, also says the producers were negligent and falsely imprisoned her. Chris Colin, the show's creator, says he supports people who come out about assault, but claims the production was never informed of issues. The production company Kinetic Content has also denied the claims in both lawsuits. Now, Kayley, this isn't the first time that Love is Blind or any other reality TV show has been under fire. It's really sad to hear what goes on behind the scenes because us as viewers don't really know about this till a lot after.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. It's very upsetting, and it really makes you wonder what else goes on these reality shows behind the scenes, especially shows like this where the cast is all living together on set or around the set, and you know, it's really long hours. They don't have access to technology and family friends a lot of the time, so I bet it takes a toll.
I read that Dang claims that she told producers about the assault the next morning, and as we know, they said that the allegations weren't taken seriously, and the production team says they were never really informed of these claims, so obviously something's happening here.
Yeah, something's going on here. I also thought it was a little problematic in their statement. They mentioned that she, decided to stay on the show and in the social experiment, and I just don't think it's right for them or anyone to discredit a victim's allegations because they continue employment or a social experiment.
I really hope everyone gets the justice they deserve.
Yeah, me too. We'll keep you guys updated on Unpeeled. Switching from one legal process to another, just days after getting married, influencer couple London and Olivia Stallings are in hot water. Last week, screenshots of past racist tweets from London's ex account resurfaced on Reddit from a decade ago. They have since been deleted.
Their wedding venue also has ties to a plantation owner, Barrington King. The couple released a 10-minute apology video last week while on their honeymoon, but have since received backlash from how they made their apology. They used the story feature on TikTok, which expires after 24 hours, devalidating the entire apology.
And in other controversial social media posts, last Friday, prominent rapper Doja Cat received backlash over a selfie she posted on Instagram. In a now deleted post, Doja is seen wearing a shirt depicting Sam Hyde, alt-right comedian and alleged neo-Nazi.
Doja took down the post after receiving waves of criticism, reposting it later with her shirt cropped out and eye-rolling emojis in the caption. This comes after a tumultuous few months for the rapper, who has faced multiple controversies for dating an alleged sexual predator and antagonizing her fans online. Now, Kayley, Doja Cat has been in the news so much lately, and every time I see her, her scandal gets worse and worse.
I know, I don't know what's causing this, inappropriate behavior from her, but I really thought it was insensitive what she did with the Instagram post. I mean, yes, she deleted it, but she reposted it with eye-rolling emojis. I feel like that's probably really offensive to a lot of people, and it just shows that she heard and saw the backlash and doesn't really care.
Before this, Doja lost nearly 500,000 followers after she fought with her fans over their fan base name. She claimed that her first 2 albums were cash grabs. She threatened to quit music, and she's been just tied to really controversial people in the past.
Yeah, I mean, she's on a roll, it's true. And in 2018, she was called out for homophobic tweets, and she did apologize when they resurfaced, saying that, she used those derogatory terms in the past and she wouldn't do it again. But between that and her relationship with Jay Cyrus, I mean, it's all very controversial.
I mean, some fans think that Doja doesn't even want her fame anymore, and I think that the platforms that these celebrities have, they need to use for good.
Yeah, I agree. And moving into the world of sports, this past Friday, Simone Biles vaulted her way to become the most decorated gymnast of all time. She won the individual all-around title for her 6th time on Friday, bringing her to 37 medals between the World Championships and Olympics.
This marks Biles' first win since returning to the competition Worlds in August. She took a 2-year break following the Tokyo Olympics to focus on her mental and physical health, and during this time she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, becoming the youngest recipient of the award.
I mean, this is such great news. I think she is an amazing gymnast and also such a great role model for everyone, but especially young girls.
Absolutely. It's so impressive for Simone Biles to come back after a 2-year hiatus and then get the biggest honor in the gymnastics world entirely. I mean, Biles experienced what's called the twisties, which is both a mental and physical block, so it's just really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I applaud her for taking that needed break to mentally better herself, especially how important is this with World Mental Health Day being yesterday. But I do think it's just such an accomplishment, and it supports a larger message that, you know, you need to take care of your mental health. You could take that break and come back and still accomplish your dreams.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, sometimes athletes push themselves too far where they think they're not going to reach their goals, but Biles is so talented. I mean, she has like 5 skills named after her.
Yeah.
Like, this is huge.
It is a huge deal, and especially to be the most decorated gymnast, male or female, in history. So she must be on top of the world. I'm so excited to see if she'll be at the Summer Olympics this July.
I know, I'm excited to see.
But you won't see me on the beam anytime soon. When we return, lifestyle reporter Ryan is here to fill us on the events of this year's CultureCon.
And our very own Ali Swenson and Alana Epstein will tell us about the 2 artists who are crazy in love with the big screen. You won't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
Margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
If you are a content creator, influencer, or culture creative, you probably already got the buzz about the recent CultureCon in Brooklyn. Our lifestyle reporter, Ryan Kongyu, is here to tell us how it all went down in the week at the Big Apple. Ryan?
Thanks, Kayley. It's time to pull out your best fit and your vibes for Brooklyn, New York for the 6th annual CultureCon. The event describes itself as a conference for creatives and changemakers of color who plan to elevate their social network and make a real mark on our culture. Founder Imani Ellis says it's about reimagining community. She took the stage on day 1 to share we deserve a community and to be celebrated. Rooms like these are our privilege. They're our birthright. CultureCon brings together Black and brown creatives, entrepreneurs, influencers, and more for interactive workshops, panel discussions, and the opportunity to connect. From October 2nd to the 8th, not only did we see some great fashion, but we also got to see Issa Rae, Teyana Taylor, Jarrell Jerome, and several other notable influencers take the stage, all sharing wisdom for the next generation. One moment that trended on social media was when an interviewer mispronounced Issa Rae's name, but her fans in the audience were quick to shout out the correction. Issa spoke on multicultural collaboration, diversity, and holding people to their promises. Several Syracuse students attended the event, including Chelsea Reeves and Day Noble. Reeves stated that the event couldn't have happened at a better time, describing the environment as empowering and captivating. She said she gained a lot of wisdom from interacting with people from different social spaces, and she hopes that this will open the doors for more collaboration and support between people of color in the area of creative media. So for all the social media creatives out there, definitely look into the next CultureCon. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan, for that rundown. Taylor Swift and Beyonce have been capturing the attention of the world on their respective tours, but now they'll be taking over the big screen. Here to tell us more about the rise of concert films are our film reporter, Ali Swenson, and our music reporter, Alana Epstein. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. So starting with Alana, could you tell me about these two tours and why they're important that they're coming to the big screens?
Yes, well, thank you so much for having us, Alexa. I'm so excited to be talking about two of your favorite things, Taylor Swift and music. But let's talk about the Eras Tour. It generated about $2.2 billion in sales. It's one of the highest grossing, if not the highest grossing tour of all time. Now, you know, I can confidently say this is the same thing for Beyonce. So many fans went to these shows, but unfortunately, a lot of people didn't get to go because the tickets were so expensive. I'm sure we all saw, you know, what happened with Ticketmaster and all of that. So the fact that a lot of fans are going to be able to see this, you know, on the big screen for a cheaper price is so amazing. I will say Beyonce's movie looks like it's a little bit more about her personal lifestyle behind the scenes. Taylor's looks like it's a little bit more sharing the show with the world, but I'm so excited for both, and I know fans are going to love it.
Absolutely. So now that we know all about the concerts, Ali, how are these two women making an impact on the movie industry?
So it's a little unknown how they're going to do in the box office because they are just pre-sale right now. Taylor's movie doesn't come out till Friday, but it seems like Taylor had a little more luck with pre-sale this time, which is super exciting. She made $100 million off of her pre-sale so far, which is insane. Beyonce also had similar success. She had $6.5 million of sales for her pre-sale just in the first day it was open, which was an amazing statistic, and it's safe to say people are dying to see these movies in film, especially if they were unable to go see the real concerts for like a lot of money. So that's exciting. I also think it's a little different considering how usually the film industry is taken over by horror or spooky stuff during the month of October, so I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Absolutely. So I just gotta ask, like, which one are you guys excited to see, Ali?
I have to say I'm a little more excited for Taylor. I've had it since the pre-sale started, so I'm excited for that.
I have to say I'm excited to see both, but probably more Beyonce just because I've seen so much of the Eras Tour on TikTok already, but both are going to be amazing.
Well, thanks, guys. I'll definitely be watching both. The League of Legends tournament kicked off yesterday, and our esports reporter Nathaniel Cunningham is here to fill us in on all the action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Peelers.
Pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
The League of Legends Worlds Tournament began yesterday with 4 matches being played. Many more are set to come, and our very own esports reporter Nathaniel Cunningham is here to preview the upcoming month of matches. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so what is League of Legends Worlds and where is it happening this year?
Yeah, well, League of Legends Worlds is the biggest esports tournament that happens in the world each year. Last year, it pulled in almost 6 million viewers. This year, it's projected to do nearly 7 million viewers. And League of Legends has been the biggest game in the world for the past probably decade or so. This year, it's being held in South Korea. It's going back there for the first time since 2018, and I'm extremely excited because it means a lot to these fans, where especially with the game really being based in Asia, it means a lot for these people.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. So I heard that Worlds has a new format this year. Can you explain what exactly is different?
So in most traditional tournaments, the format is kind of a group stage, similar to the World Cup for those people that know that. But this year, they're going to a Swiss-style format, and that may be a little confusing, so let's look up there. If you're going to see on the left, every team's going to come in, they're going to be ranked 1 through 16. Then the winners are going to move to the upper half of the bracket. They're all going to be 1-0. The losers will move to the lower half. Then you're going to keep going from there. The winners play winners, the losers play losers. And the goal is to win 3 games. That's all you have to do. And this is a much better format than the group stage might be. The group stage has a lot of where if you lose 1 game, you get plummeted to the ground. You can still make it to the knockouts, but then you may not have the seeding that you want. Here in the Swiss style, you can lose a game, still end up in the middle of the field, and that's really what you want here. It's going to allow for those teams that may have a tough day to be able to go out there, be successful, and you'll see those teams, they can have an early skid, skill bounce back, still be slotted in the 6, 7, or 8 slot, and anywhere in between. So there's a lot of potential. Swiss style format, definitely better.
Yeah, thank you. That was a really great explanation. And in your opinion, who do you think is going to win and why?
I think for me, it's going to be T1. I think they're the easy winners. It's a home field advantage. It's in South Korea. Give me T1 to win it all.
Perfect. Thank you, Nathaniel. Now let's switch gears to the Broadway world. Alexa?
With so much going on in the Broadway world, it can be hard to stay on track. Well, here to keep us up to date on the upcoming shows for the rest of the 2023 season is our very own Broadway beat reporter, Aman Mandi.
Thanks, Alexa. The wait is finally over. The schedule of upcoming Broadway shows was announced last week, so buckle up because we got a lot of shows to stop at. The first one opened last night at the Hudson Theater, Merrily We Roll Along. The legendary Stephen Sondheim written musical returned to Broadway for the first time in 42 years. The musical is starring everyone's favorite wizard, Daniel Radcliffe. Next up, Gutenberg the Musical. The 2-person performance goes through the history of the inventor of the printing press, Johannes Gutenberg. Josh Gad and Andrew Reynolds will star on stage together for the first time since 2011's The Book of Mormon. The show will premiere tomorrow at the James Earl Jones Theater. Speeding into next month, we have Danny DeVito's I Need That Musical, which I think we all desperately need. Teresa Rebeck's new comedy tells a story about a hoarder facing eviction. The show will premiere on November 2nd at the American Airlines Theater. And later in the month, we have 2 more musicals coming to the stage. I know, so rapid, right? The first one is Harmony. Sierra Bodges will star in the show, famous for her role as Ariel in Disney's original The Little Mermaid. The second one is Spamalot. The musical comedy about the legendary King Arthur returns to Broadway in a new production at the St. James Theater. And come Christmas time, we got one more for you, How to Dance in Ohio. I mean, I don't even know how to dance in Ohio, but I'm pretty sure I can dance better than Ricky, but you know what, that's something for another time. But if any of you want to dance with me, just come on December 10th to the Belasco Theater where it will be shown. So I highly recommend watching at least one of these amazing shows because I know they're going to be phenomenal. You don't want to miss them.
Thanks, Aman. We'll have to book a trip to the city soon to see these shows. When we return, TV reporter Ray Gomez joins us in studio to discuss the revival of the fastest canceled show ever. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Please tell each other stories.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome to my house. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The walls were closing in. Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It could help you find a little more breathing room.
As 1 year of shows comes to a close, an old show has found a new life. Turn On was the fastest canceled show in TV history, and TV reporter Ray Gomez has more on its revival. Ray?
Thank you, Alexa. I mean, I might start singing some Zach Bryan songs when you bring up revival, though bringing it back from my country music fandom, the show Turn On was created by George Schlater and Digby Wolfe. After premiering on February 5th, 1969 on ABC, Turn On was pulled from air just 10 minutes into the broadcast. This makes it the fastest canceled show of all time. What made Turn On so special was that it was the first show to be shot digitally, not using tape. Schlater claimed, quote, "Turn On may have been one of my proudest moments." The format of the show was similar to a Family Guy cutaway in a sense, but making up a whole show. The jokes were brash and controversial for the time, and I could say now they certainly wouldn't fly today. So why bring back such a controversial show? The reasoning that I can understand is to be able to capture an important time in TV history, jumping from tape to computers. Turn On's first 2 episodes are now available on the channel Crown Jewels. I will say that some of the jokes are certainly not meant for today and just wouldn't fly and can be seen as offensive. Though I suggest that if you're interested in TV history and just history in general, to give it a watch. So, though it is controversial, I would suggest to turn on the show if you want to view it. Although I must say, I hear there may be an even crazier show coming on. So maybe I am going to have to turn that on instead. Is this true, Kayley?
Yes, it is right. Crazy is exactly how I would describe our next segment because E! Network is releasing their newest reality series tomorrow night, and our reality TV reporter Ricky Potts is here to tell us whether or not we need to be superheroes. Thank you so much for coming on, Ricky.
Of course, thank you for having me. I got the pink tie for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, new fade, I'm ready to go.
Oh, you're ready to go. All right, well, I know this is a brand new show, and I'm so excited to watch tomorrow. Do you think you could tell all our Unpeelers what it's about?
Yeah, so you know how in most reality TV shows, there's always that one cast member, that one person that kind of just like irritates you or makes you want to, I guess, like punch them in the face or like they always get on your skin. Well, that's exactly what this show is about. They basically gathered a bunch of past like reality TV villains, and they gathered them together to put them through physical, mental, and emotional tests. They're basically trying to get under each other's skin for a grand prize of $200,000. The show's going to premiere tomorrow on E!, Bravo, Sci-Fi, and USA at 10 p.m.
Wow, okay, that sounds like a must-watch. Now, speaking of that, what can you tell us about some of the contestants on season 1?
So the most notable one, I think, is Omarosa. She was actually formerly in the Trump administration, And she also was on the original season of Apprentice, which is the show that Trump hosted back in the day. You know, you're fired. And also on the show is going to be Jax Taylor, formerly on Vanderpump Rules. You know, he was always known for having such a short temper, and he even had some infidelity. So might not want to talk about that if I'm being honest. But yeah, so he's also going to be on the show. And also, last but not least, Shake from Love is Blind Season 2. I covered that previously. And he was known for treating who was supposed to be his fiance very bad. So
very bad.
It's a lot of bad people on the show.
Yeah, well, I'm interested to see what happens. Now, really quick before we have to say goodbye, do you think our executive producers could survive this kind of show?
I love Eli. You know, I think I think he can get past like the first round. You know, he has that dog in him sometimes. But Blair's too nice. I love Blair. I don't think that she'd be able to go past like 10 minutes into the show. She's too nice.
She is very nice, but maybe that's for the better. Thanks, Ricky. Taylor Swift may have found her new lover, and here at Unpeeled, we have a lot of opinions, so don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss it.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Travis Kelce had the birthday of his wildest dreams. He had a chill night with Taylor Swift in Kansas City on Friday night before traveling to Minnesota for the Chiefs game. To the disappointment of many of her fans, Swift did not attend the game on Sunday. This brings her streak of attending Chiefs games to a tight end.
However, it was recently reported that Swift donated a generous amount of money to harvesters in Kansas City following her Eras Tour stop. The nonprofit is a member of Feeding America and aims to fight food insecurity. Swift donated money to numerous hunger relief organizations in different cities while on tour, ensuring no one had a cruel summer.
Well, so let's talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. There is a lot of controversy here at Unpeeled over it. Personally, I don't think it's a publicity stunt. I mean, Taylor had such a great year, like the Eras Tour film, she's re-recording the albums. The last thing she needs is PR. What do you think, Alexa?
Everybody at Unpeeled knows that we're the biggest Swifties here, so it's no shocker here that I absolutely agree with you. I mean, she does not need PR in the absolute slightest. I mean, when we think about this relationship, like, it's kind of the media controlling it. Swift has nothing to do with it. Kelce even said that the NFL's kind of taking this too far, so.
Well, we actually did a poll with our Unpeeled group chat, and it got a little heated to say the least, but in the lead we have no, they are in love. So I guess some of us do think that it isn't for PR, but don't ask the other people in the room, you will get a completely different answer.
No, I mean, when this happened, I was actually astonished. I mean, I think this is, oh, come on, they're in love.
I know.
They are in love. Accept it, people.
And can we talk about the hate that she's getting for nothing?
And you know what? This hate prompted Reputation, her 6th studio album. And do you think she's going to have a second Reputation era because of this hate?
I could only hope that we get another Reputation out of her. That would be very lucky for us. But we were enchanted to be your host this evening. And unfortunately, that is all the time we have with you tonight.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on our socials at Unpeeled_Syracuse on Instagram and CitrusTV on X. And Stir the Pots on Spotify. I'm Alexa LaMalfa.
And I'm Kayley Decina. We'll see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Stay fearless, Syracuse.